Hi everybody, my name is Dakota and welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a walkthrough or flip through of what I believe is called the Love and Passion Tarot. I did a quick Google and I couldn't find anything else on it. I found this on Etsy quite a while ago and it was given like a free comic book of the Tarot Cafe. Which, if you don't know, it's like this little manga about tarot readers and shit. I haven't finished this one. I got this one at like what's that bookstore called? Borders. Got this at Borders. My cousin got it from me at Borders, and I don't know where the manga that this came with for free is. I completely misplaced it, but it came free with this. So yeah, which I thought was pretty cool. It's a majors only deck, and as I said, I had to try to remember where I bought it from. I thought it was eBay, but I actually got it off Etsy. And I tried Googling it, like, after I found out the name, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I don't know if that's actually the name of it. I assume so, but I can't read any of this writing. But let's take a look. Over here, we just have, those are the back cards, by the way. It came with 2 blank cards as well. Unfortunately, I am not artistic, so I can't make anything out of them, but it just come with some blank cards. So it does have this little cool, super thin box. Again, it's only majors, and some cards are a little different. There's some that I like to change, and some make no sense. That being said, I do use this deck actually quite often, so I do. If you can get your hands on it, I do recommend picking it up. I think I only paid, I want to say $22 US on it, so it wasn't bad at all. But okay, so let's get into this. Here we have the Fool. You'll see it is in English. Then we have the Magician. The card check isn't that bad. It's actually quite decent. I wouldn't riffle shuffle with it, but it is pretty good. The High Priestess. Okay, and then we have what would be the Empress. We have the Mother here. Then, of course, for the Emperor, we have the Father. And then for the Hierophant, we have the Master. Which actually, I like that. Because usually when I think of a Hierophant, I think of getting taught, a teacher, I know some people might see that as the Hermit, but I tend to see the Hermit means self-study, I guess, like learning by yourself, and the Hierophant more of getting taught, So yeah, and we have the Lovers. Companionship for the Chariot. And we still have the wheels, so it does have a chariot vibe, but I'm not quite sure how companionship works. We even have this over here with the chariot. This is companionship between your heart and your head, maybe. Because in the chariot, both those things have to be aligned to make sure you're going forward. So that could be either way. I still like the card. For 8, or Justice, we have Balance. So Justice is 8 in this deck. The Seekers for 9 for the Hermit, which I think is so cool. I love that. Destiny for the Wheel of Fortune, which is really nice. We'll see, this is probably one of my favorite majors only decks. I use it quite frequently. It stays on my bedside. It's one of those go-to decks. We've got Climax for Strength, and again, not quite sure how that name fits, but we pretty much see strength here. We have Reversal for the Hanged Man, which I'm not too on board with that name change, but I can see it because it's like you're reversing the way you see things. A new perspective is almost like a reversal of the way you're standing, I guess. I know it works. I still get the Hanged Man. Transformation for Death, which is of course a very appropriate and perhaps better name for the death card. Yeah, sure, it's cool calling it death and everything, but I tend to always tell people, I think of it more as transformation, so that works. We have Wholeness for Temperance. Again, I'm not quite sure about that name change. I guess it makes sense if you go down a rabbit hole or you're not high, but otherwise, it's pretty good. Entanglement for the Devil. Lightning for the Tower, which is pretty much an old name for the Tower card. Went by many names, of course. The House of God, the Tower, and the Lightning. The Star. The Moon. As you can see, we're back to more standard names. The Sun. The Call for Judgment, and I actually really like that name transformation as well. And then the World. So yeah, there we go. What I believe is the Tarot of Love and Passion. If you can find it, I really recommend picking it up. And again, it shuffles. It shuffles pretty okay. I use it. I noticed the edges are getting a little dinged up, but again, I only picked it up for $22, so you really can't complain. So yeah, there it is. Okay, have a great day, everybody.